a tough week for Blackburn Rovers as we dropped 4 points from 2 games. But fear not. We're in this playoff race. Oh, yes, we are. We are still in there, and we're going to beat Swansea City this weekend to get us right back into touching distance. Come on, then,
That's right, folks, back once again with another match preview, this time looking forward to this weekend's action. That's right, there's no rest for the Wicked Boys as Rovers entertain Swansea City at Ewood Park, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, whoa, football related, we go here. Under one Rovski. Okay, now before we jump into it, just want to, I know I got to keep harping on about it. I really do, but I want to update you guys on the Patreons. Tom Beresford upped his pledge this past week, and we also saw the arrival of Russell Frost and No Code Drinker to the Patreon gang, the VIP Patreon gang. I am now just one shy of that magic number, which will be 10. Could you be number 10? If you are interested in supporting the channel in another way, there is a link to the old patreon.com Roverseas business down below in the old description. Check that sucker out, and you can support the channel for less than a cup of coffee or even a bottle of water a month to support the channel and push us on to another level, boys and girls. We're trying to up the quality content. The next season, I've got a lot of plans, got a lot of stuff in the pipeline, but I could do with some extra support. Anyway, let's go focus, folks, and take a little look at what's happening this Saturday. That's right, folks, we are back up against Swansea City this weekend. Well, where's it happening? Where's the game happening? It's taking place right here, of course, at Ewood Park. Swansea City are our opposition. It takes place on the 29th of February. It's been a long old month, folks. It's been a long old month. I think we played either 6 or 7 games this month. March, just checked ahead. We've only got 4 games in March. The manager is Stevie Cooper. That's right. Former Chelsea under 21 something, or England under, I don't know. But anyway, they're there or thereabouts. I think they're breathing down our necks, actually. We'll take a look at the table in a bit. The danger man for me, obviously, they had Conor Gallagher. Oh, they do have Conor Gallagher. They do have Conor Gallagher in there. But I'm going to go with Ryan Brewster. They have brought in the young Liverpool youngster. He's actually been a little bit fruitful in front of goal. And I expect him to be a bit of a problem for Rovers on Saturday. Last season, they finished 10th in the Championship. They're looking to improve upon on that. Earlier in the season, we did duke it out to a draw. Their record, though, in total against Rovers, played 42 times. We've won 14 of them. Sorry, they've won 14 of them. We've won 22. And we've drawn 6. Last time out, we did lose to them. In fact, they actually destroyed us at their place, 3-1. However, it was a 2-2 draw at Ewood Park. This season, we did play back in 11th of December, and we drew. That was at their gaff, but now it's our gaff, and hopefully we can get ourselves the 3 points that we need at this moment in time. So let's take a look at the tail of the tape between the two sides here as they lock horns. So on average, Rovers are scoring about 1.4 goals a game. Swansea just shy of that, 1.3. They actually average more possession than they do, with 52%. On average, possession-wise. We'll see how these rank later on in the session here. Rovers 51.2% average on average possession. Pass accuracy, Rovers 75, Swansea 78.6 shots per game. Swansea have more than us as well, 13.1. We have 11.4 tackles per game. Swansea edge it on that one as well, 15.6. We have 15.2 dribbles per game. Again, they edge it 7.9 to our 7.4. And discipline, we've actually got 1 more yellow than they do, and they've actually got 1 more red than us. But all in all, what really matters is where you are in the pissing league, and we are just above them for the time being. It could all change, of course, at the end of Saturday. Big old weekend, isn't it, now in the Championship? So take a look at the characteristics from both of the sides here. Rovers, what you can expect from us, we actually create long shot opportunities, defend set pieces are our strengths, and we're actually creating chances using through balls is one of our major strengths heading into the game. Finishing scoring chances as well. Our weaknesses, avoiding offside trap and protecting the lead. As for the style, we like to play out wide, attacking through the middle. And we mix it up with our first 11. In fact, it's a little bit consistent recently, and also pretty non-aggressive. Swansea, though, their strengths, attacking down the wings, coming back from losing position. So if we are in front, they are likely to be biting to the bitter end. They're also very good at protecting the lead, so it's vital that Rovers get off to a flyer against Swansea on Saturday. Stopping opponents from creating chances. It's one of their major weaknesses. Defending counterattacks and aerial duels, which we are one of the big bad boys on that at the moment. Their style of play, short passes, attacking down the left-hand side, which will keep Ryan Nyambe on his toes. So we've got to, in fact, or will it? Possession football, they have to play out wide, play the offside trap, very non-aggressive, and their opponents, they allow opponents to play aggressively against them, to kind of let them have the ball maybe, and then just count on the counter-attack perhaps. The forecast says Swansea will make a comeback if they go behind. Blackburn will stray offside often, and there'll be a low number of cards shown. Speaking of cards, there will be a major change for Rovers. We'll talk more about that in the start 11s. Goals for Rovers. The main man is Adam Armstrong at the moment. 12 goals. Obviously, Bradley Dacarino would be probably there or thereabouts as well. He's actually got 10, but he's out for the season. Gallagher's got 4. Danham's got 3. Then into the discipline. This is the major talking about. Darrell Lenihan, obviously skipper on the field recently. 10 yellows. He will miss this game and the next one. Travis has 7. Bennett has 6. And Cunningham has 4. We only have 1 red, and that goes to Bradley Dacarino, and he is already out of it. Most goals for Swansea. RU leads the way with 13 goals. Byers has 5. Routledge has got 3. And Norton has 3. As for their yellows, Fulton has 6. Grimes has 6. Byers has 5. And Bidwell has 3. They've also got 2 reds with Carroll and Bidwell getting a red card this season. Let's take a look at Rovers now. See, we are the hosts on this one. Our goals have come 31 of them have come through open play, 11 through set pieces, 4 penalties, and 4 OGs. As for goals against, 26 through open play, 6 set pieces, 6 penalties, 1 counter attack, and 1 OG. So that's the tail of the tape there. How about positional statistics? Majority of our touches coming down the right-hand side. 39% of all our attacking sort of exploits coming down the right-hand side. It's then the Nyambe factor right there. 34% down the left, which is the Adam Armstrong factor. That's what we got one sort of dominating fact on the one side of the field, and then we got Adam Armstrong on the left. Usually, but he's been pulled through the middle recently as well. 42% of all the actions happen in the middle third, or touches, should I say. As for our shots, the shots received, 61% through the middle, 42% outside the box, long range efforts, 51% within the 18-yard box. As for shots taken by Rovers, 68% through the middle, 58% within the 18-yard box, and 37% outside the long range zone. How about our visitors this weekend? 28 of their goals have come through open play, 12 set pieces, 3 penalties, 1 counter attack. Goals conceded, 29 through open play, 6 set pieces, 5 counter attacks, 2 penalties, and 1 OG. Just the 5. Just the Swansea been involved with 5 penalties this week in their season. 3 for them, 2 against them. Moving forward, let's take a look at their positional stats. 67% of all their shots received come through the middle, with 59% within the 18-yard box, 32 long-range efforts from outside the box. As for shots taken, 65% within the middle third, 56% within the 18-yard box, and 35% outside the 18-yard box. Get my words out there. Positional statistics, 40% of their attacking avenues come down the left-hand side. I did say that, mentioned it earlier, 43% within the middle third. That's where the touches are. These are the expected lineups for me. I'm going to start with Rovers. We have Walton between sticks. Of course, we have Lenihan out. I did listen to Mowbray's post-match court thoughts. You can catch him right here on the channel in the last game, or with Lenihan out. What's the options? This is what I would go with. The only downside to this, I'll tell you about it. So we'll go Bell at left back. I'm bringing Williams in. He says he's not match ready. He was going to bring him back to training on Monday. You know what? I would throw him in the mix right now because the opposite, or the negatives for that, obviously he's not match ready and all that, but he is a centre back. The only other options, I don't know what Charlie Mulgrew's status is. Would he be available to come in? The other option is pushing Nyambe into the middle, which is a good option in a way. And then the only negative I see on this, well, another major negative, is we don't have a leader on there. There's no Bennett and there's no Lenihan. Who would wear the captain's armband for this one? Maybe Downing, who's only been here 2 seconds. He would wear the captain's armband, or maybe I don't know. Or Williams will probably wear it if he's there. But yeah, so there is a major lack of leadership in this 11. But so I am on the fence. So if we want Bennett included and to wear the captain's armband, he would go at right back, I would say, and you push Nyambe into a centre back partnership with Tonson Adebayo. So we'll go with this anyway. So Walton, Bell, Williams, Adebayo, and Nyambe. That's my pick for the back four as it stands. But realistically, you're going to probably push Nyambe at centre back and then Bennett at right back. Travis and Downing as your defensive midfield slots. That's my pick again. Johnson is dropped in my eyes, and I'd go with Rothwell, Samuel, and Gallagher with Armstrong up top. Again, there are some choices you can make there. You could keep Bradley Johnson on push downing further forward. You can bring Big DG in there, Big Bad Boy Brereton, your Buckley, and Joe Rankin-Costello all chomping at the bit to get some game time especially for this weekend's action. So there are options there, but I would go with that one. I think Samuel has been was a little bit unlucky not to start against Stoke. He only had a bit of a cameo as well, and Gallagher didn't have obviously he's not getting the headlines for scoring the goals, but he had some good touches, and people are getting on his case a little bit, which is sad to see. Anyway, let's take a look at our opposition this weekend. Okay, so let's take a look at Swansea City's starting line. We've got Woodman between the sticks, Bidwell at left back, Rondon. Then we've got Ben Cabango, youngster at the centre of defence there. We've got Norton at right back, Grimes, ex-Rover, Fulton, Gallagher, there he is, pulling the strings in the middle. Ayew, of course, goal threat, Callaloo, and then young Ryan Brewster up top. Yeah, a lot of creativity in there, a lot of youth that is going to cause us all kinds of problems, and of course experience with Ayew and Carl Norton as well at right back. Moving forward, let's take a look at the last few games between these last few games for both Rovers and Swansea City. Obviously coming into this, Rovers back-to-back draws for us. Picking up a draw against Stoke last time out. We drew with Brentford as well at their place, 2-2. Before that was a 2-0 win against Charlton, 3-0 win against Hull, and a 1-0 loss against Fulham. Speaking of a 1-0 loss to Fulham, that's Swansea City's last game. They did lose to them 1-0 at Craven Cottage. They did beat Huddersfield 3-1. That was the last time they played at home at the Liberty. Before that was a 4-4 8-goal barnstormer against Hull City at the KCOM, and they also drew with QPR 0-0 at the Liberty as well. And then all the way back in 8th of Feb, they lost to Derby. That's right, Wayne Rooney FC 3-2 in the end. Let's take a look at the home and away form for both of these two sides. Obviously, Rovers are at home. Just one defeat the past 6. That was that 1-0 loss to Fulham. We've also got draws against Stoke, Preston, and Birmingham in the last 6. We also beat QPR and Hull. So just 2 wins at the past 6. We could do with another one this week. As for Swansea, their away form is not great. 3 draws and 3 defeats heading into this. The draws are against Hull, Preston, and of course Cardiff, and then all the way back. And that's on all competitions as well. Let me throw that in the mix as well. In all competitions, we've also lost against Fulham, Stoke, and QPR most recently. Moving forward, let's take a look at the form table. We'll take all those numbers into consideration and see where we are. Rovers were leading the pack form-wise recently, but we've actually fallen down the pecking order here with just picking up 9 points of a possible 18 with 9th in the form table. Swansea are down to 18th at the moment, just 6 points out of a possible 18. West Brom, Birmingham, and Wigan leading the charge at the top of the table. Barnsley doing well as well in the current form situation. How about the home form? Rovers are down to 13th as well. Yeah, we've only lost the once in the past 6, but we're not picking up wins, which is absolutely vital at this stage if we are going to get into that discussion. Swansea is high as 7th, but that's home form, folks. I'm not really bothered about their home form. I'm bothered about their away form. So we've only picked up 9 of a possible 18. Again, leading the charge, Stoke, Derby, QPR, Fulham, Brentford. Their home form is tippity top at the moment. As for the away form, that's where we're looking at Swansea. They are down in 21st spot. Their away form is ropey, picking up 3 points of a possible 18. And that is very, very concerning for them if they want to get something out of this weekend. Rovers into 10th. Again, not really bothered about that. Birmingham, West Brom, Preston, and Nottingham Forest are leading the charge away from home. Let's take a look at the last encounters between the two sides. 2 wins for Rovers, 2 wins for Swansea, and 2 draws. That's in all competitions and all grounds. We did play early in the season. It was a 1-1 draw. Big DG on the score sheet. This was when Bradley Dack got his one and only red card. Tom Carroll as well. It was all working out for us. We got the early goal. Ayew got an equaliser. Carroll got sent off. It was all primed and ready for us to win this game. But no, Bradley Dack got himself sent off. And it all fell flat after that. The last time they played at Ewood Park, it was a 2-2 draw as well. Darrell Lenihan and Bradley Dacarino on the score sheet. Courtney, Parker, Richardson, and Oliver McBurney on the score sheet for Swansea as well. Also in that last season, we lost to them 3-1 at their place, despite taking the lead. And we picked up big victories against them as well. Look at the 4-2-1 back in the Premier League days. Yakubu with 4 goals on that occasion. That's a fond memory as well. And also we beat them 3-1 in the FA Cup not too long ago with Rudy Gestead, Conway, and Taylor on the score sheet. Double red card for Swansea. They put it on a plate for us. Anyway, the last 3 encounters at Ewood Park have gone in favour of Rovers. 2 wins and 1 draw. I already covered them anyway. We're unbeaten against them at Ewood Park. Hopefully we can extend that to a 4th match this Saturday. Looking forward, Rovers will take on Derby next on Sunday. All eyes will be on it. I don't know if it's going to be in front of the cameras, but all eyes will be on it. I think that's due to FA Cup game or restrictions or whatever. Then we take on Bristol City at Ewood Park as well. Then it's in a massive game against Wigan. Busy week that week. Then it's Barnsley, again, must-win game. They're all winnable. They're all winnable for Rovers. You know, even Leeds at home. I think it's a winnable game. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to boot to get something out of that. But you know what? It's all winnable. I'm not saying we're going to win all five, but if we can pick up a few victories in that and draw the rest, I will gladly take it. Meanwhile, Swansea, they take on West Brom next. That's a tough old boot. Middlesbrough scrapping their lives away as well down the foot of the table. So are Luton. Millwall they're around about Swansea as well, duking it out for playoff hopes. And Sheffield Wednesday could have turned a corner last night with their late winner. Speaking of late winners and all that kind of good stuff, this is what's happening this weekend. Hull City taking on Leeds. That's on Saturday. It's the early kickoff. Cardiff against Brentford. Two teams battling for playoffs right there. Hull need a win, by the way. Hull need a win in this game. They need to get themselves moving, otherwise they could get sucked in there. They look absolutely wobbly. They're like Devontae Wilder and against Tyson Fury. Their legs have gone on Hull. They are on free fall. Sheffield Wednesday, though, massive win for them yesterday. Get themselves back, potentially late surge for a playoff push if they can make it a nice little run of it right now. West Brom against Wigan, two different TSC sides competing for different things. West Brom trying to get automatics, Wigan trying to survive. Of course, it's the playoff battle encounter extraordinaire at Ewood Park. Rovers against Swansea, both teams looking for a sneaky entrance into the old playoffs. Luton against Stoke, a relegation 6-pointer right there. QPR against Birmingham, seems to be a mid-table one, that one. Fulham against Preston, that's a playoff battle right there. And Millwall, Bristol City, same deal in there. A lot of sides duking it out for points to get in the old playoff reckoning. Reading against Barnsley, Barnsley trying to survive there, doing their bit as well. Huddersfield, Charlton, another massive 6-pointer towards the foot of the table. And Middlesbrough against Forest, two teams again with contrasting resumes or agendas. Middlesbrough looking to survive, and Forest trying to get in those playoff spots or secure a playoff spot, or maybe even push for automatics. It is what it is, folks. Particularly the top teams around the Championship. Leeds still lead the way with possession, 60.1% on average possession. Fulham are just behind them though, 59.1. Brentford third, West Brom fourth, and QPR are to fifth. As for the most aggressive sides, QPR lead the way, 79 yellows, 2 reds. Charles 82 yellows though, 0 reds. Barnsley 79 yellows, 1 red. Sheffield Wednesday are next. Wigan are not too far behind. Aerial duels, Birmingham lead the way, 56.2% of all aerial duels won. West Brom are second. Mighty Blackburn Rovers are up there with third, 53.1% of all aerial duels won. Millwall and then Brentford. As for shots per game, Leeds lead the way, 16.4 shots per game on average. West Brom, Brentford, Barnsley and Fulham make up the top 5. Pass accuracy, Fulham have led the way since the get-go, 83.9% on average of their passes reach their intended target. Leeds, 80.4, West Brom, Brentford and Derby make up the top 5. This is the table. This is the all-important news right now, folks. So West Brom, Leeds lead the way at the moment. There's a 5-point gap between Leeds and Fulham in third spot. Then it's Forest, Brentford and Preston at the moment in the playoffs. But it's very, very tight. As you can see, there is, what are we looking at? Still 6 points between 6th place Preston and 11th place Cardiff. I'd see that's probably the cut-off right there in my eyes. I think Sheffield Wednesday, if they were to be victorious this weekend against, I think it's Derby, then you know what, they could get back into consideration, I think, for the final push. But it's definitely, it's 11th upwards in it at the moment. Down the bottom, though, it's Luton, Barnsley, and then Wigan at the moment going down. But it's goal difference that separates Wigan and Middlesbrough at the moment. And just what we're looking at, 4 points separate Hull City in 17th and the rest of the chasing pack. You'd probably think Reading, Derby, Birmingham, QPR, that's the mid-table right there, and they are just treading water and just looking forward to the new season, which is a shame. I tipped Derby to do well this year. I tipped QPR and Birmingham to struggle, Sheffield Wednesday to struggle as well. And you know what, their seasons could go either way, and they could end up, you know, closer to the top or closer to the bottom. But I just don't think they're going to get involved in any of it. But when you look at it, looks at the likes of Stoke, Middlesbrough, even Huddersfield. There's some big teams there that could get sucked into a relegation dogfight if they don't get the results on the table. Before we bounce out of here, if you're a numbers man, here are the leading scorers at the moment. Mitrovic leads the way, 23 goals. He is a goal machine. Watkins is second there with 22 goals. Graben's up there. There's a huge gap between Graben and Watkins. 6 goals between Bowen, obviously, in the Premier League now. Woodrow, Grant, Fletcher, Jakelwitz, Wells, and Bamford leads the top 10. As for the most aggressive players, well, we're not really bothered about that. Most key assists, Pereira has 12. Eliasson has 12. Swift and Wallace have 9, and Brown has 8. Now that, my friends, is pretty much all I've got for you. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that thumbs up. If you do, smash your subscribe button and keep your bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related. Whoa, football, here we go here. Wanderowski. I want to shout out to my patrons, boys and girls. They are flying behind me. Noco Drinker. We got Mitchell Shoney, John Spurn, Tom Beresford, LG and Cow, Tom Clark, Russell Frost, Aztec Marky B Mark, and Constable 1976. They are the exclusive VIP gang. They are offering support besides their viewership. They are Patreons. If you want to become a Patreon, there is a link down in your description. It's patreon.com/Roverseas, right on cue. There it is behind me. There is also my Twitter stuff in there, my Facebook stuff, all the kind of good stuff. Some other places you can catch up with me on the fly. So make sure you check that sucker out. Yeah, I'm looking for Patrons to help me boost the channel. Again, you could be one of those for as little as a packet of gum, maybe, depending on where you are. Yeah, realistically, there's less than a packet of gum a month. So anyway, I'm looking forward to this one. The Stoke game was always going to be a tough one. Wednesday night, no one's really up for it. Saturday, though, Saturday's game day. Swansea City, their away form is ropey. Rovers, their home form is pretty tight. I don't think we're going to lose this one. I don't think it. I think we'll either win it or it'll be another draw. And I think if we do draw, I think realistically it's over. Playoff shots are over. We have a tricky one against Derby next, but all eyes are on it on a Sunday. And you know what? I'd take a point against Derby as well. So that's just me looking forward. But right now, focusing on Swansea, I think it's a must-win game to realistically get us in the hunt, because a win could put us within touching distance once again as we enter another busy old week. Until then, folks, I'm going to get out of here. Make sure you bang the thumbs up, bang the subscribe. I'll see you very, very soon. If you want to join me for the old championship predictions, they're going to be live very, very soon. Until then, I'm out. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.